Hello and welcome to Pilates with Brooke. Today I have a beginner's class planned for you. So if you're new to Pilates or getting back into it after taking a long break, this will definitely be the best class for you. As I say in all the beginning of my classes, make sure that you listen to your body, modify as needed, although I'll probably give you lots of modifications to do during this class. And just try to do the best you can. Enjoy your workout. We're going to start by stretching ourselves out, getting the spine warmed up and the legs lengthened. I want you to bring the soles of your feet together the best that you can. If this is not available to you, you can always just cross your legs. With those soles together or the feet crossed, you're going to bring your hands to your ankles. I want you to sit as tall as you can, drawing the belly button into the spine, and then think of scooping it up towards the rib cage. So you're really lengthening that spine. Take an inhale through the nose into your chest, keeping the shoulders down. And then exhale through the mouth, let the chin drop to the chest. Inhale again here, drawing that tummy in and up, expanding into the rib cage. And then exhale, gently walk your hands forward. Just softening through the spine, letting the elbows soften down just a little bit closer to the ground to get an open through the adductors or inner thighs. Take another inhale. And then exhale, gently walk yourself or pull yourself a little bit closer to the toes. I like to bring my elbows to the front of the shins. If I find them all cramped up here, that gives you plenty of space to pull your shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath here. And then gently release and round yourself up. Extend your right leg out, bring your left foot to the inner thigh, turn your chest towards those toes, sit nice and tall, really fire into the leg, flex that foot, walk the hands out. Good, nice and gentle here. Take your right hand, place it on the floor next to your leg, take your left hand, and try and reach across to the pinky side of the foot. If that's not available, if you're super tight in your back or in the back of your leg, just grab on wherever you can. But the goal is to reach to the outside of that foot eventually. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Pull that tummy in, inhale, and then exhale, just gently round yourself. Good, open yourself up. Lean slightly towards that right hand and open into your back on that left hand side. Take one more breath here. And then gently release and round yourself up. Take your hand to the side, reach the left arm up, inhale for me, exhale, lift up, and then just gently lean over. Good, so opening into the side body on that left hand side, open the chest up just a little bit more, looking up to the sky. Take one more breath. Using that hand that's on the ground to help support you, pull that belly button in and bring yourself up. Beautiful, we're gonna bend that right leg in. Extend the left leg out. Flex that foot, turn the chest towards those toes. Take an inhale. And then exhale, walk yourself out. Left hand comes off the leg onto the floor. Right hand actively reaching to find the pinky side of that foot. Make sure you're not bending that leg to try and get the foot. You want to keep that elongation through the back of the leg, really flexing that foot. Pulling the shoulder away from the ears. Take another inhale. And then exhale, just soften. And then slightly lean towards that left side. Feel the opening in the back on that right hand side. Good, hold for one more breath here. And then release and round yourself up. Beautiful. You're going to go ahead and take that left hand, place it on the floor, reach the right arm up, shoulders down, belly button pulls in, inhale, exhale, lift up, and then just gently lean over to the side. Good. And then open the chest, look to the sky, hold for one more breath, and then bring yourself all the way up. Good. We're going to turn lengthwise onto our mats. I want you to extend your legs straight out in front of you. Flexing those feet, pulling the tummy in and up. Put a little fire into the quads to really elongate through the hamstrings. Extend those arms up. Pull the tummy in, inhale, and then exhale. We're just gonna find a little bit of a C curve. So just rounding ourselves part way back, tucking the tailbone under, scooping that belly button in, and rolling the shoulders down. Legs are still active. Inhale, I want you to come up and sit tall. Now we're going to stretch our spine up and over an imaginary ball. Inhale again, and then exhale, round the spine, up and over. Squeeze that tummy in and up, and then stack the vertebrae back up to sit tall. Exhale, scoop the tummy and round partway back again. Seeing if you can come down just a little bit lower. Keep the fire in those legs. Inhale, come all the way up, sit nice and tall. Exhale, stretch the spine up and over that imaginary ball. Inhale, tall, one more time. Exhale, scoop and round. And inhale, come on up, nice and tall. And exhale, stretch the spine. And inhale, lift. And now we're going to roll ourselves all the way down. Scooping that tummy in, going down as slow as you can. Fire into those legs, flex those feet, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Feet are still flexed, arms are to the sky. I want you to think of knitting your rib cage towards the midline of your body. So really close that rib cage in. Keep the middle back pressed into the mat. You're going to inhale, reach the arms just a little overhead, keeping the rib cage reaching to the pelvis and zipping to the midline. And now exhale, you're going to peel the head just part way up. So we're just doing a partial roll up here. Fire into those legs, pull that tummy in tight, and then inhale, come back down. We're going to do that one more time. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, peel part way up. And inhale, come back down. Arms to the ceiling. I want you to bend your right knee into a tabletop position. So when it's in tabletop, the knee's directly over the hip. Your shin is parallel to the ground. You're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead just a little bit. Keep that rib cage closed in. Exhale, peel up just a little bit. Grab onto that leg. Kick it out just a smidgen and lift up just a little bit higher. And then bend it back down. Release the arms to the sky. Inhale, reach overhead. This time we're going to let it come all the way up. Exhale, curl up, grab onto your leg, kick it out, and see if you can come all the way up. Once you're up, lengthen both legs out, extend the arms out, inhale tall, exhale spine stretch. Inhale, bring yourself back up, exhale, round yourself down, slow and control. Beautiful, right knee bends again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl up, grab on, kick out, round yourself all the way up. Inhale, tall, exhale, stretch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round it down. Good. This next one, bend the left knee, tabletop. Inhale, we're just coming up part way. Exhale, curl up, grab onto that leg, kick it out just a little bit and curl up a little higher, keeping that back flat against the mat, the lower back. And then round yourself back down. Arms to the sky. Now we come all the way up. Inhale, reach. Exhale it up. Kick it out. Let that leg help you come all the way up. Once you're up, lengthen. Inhale, tall. Exhale, stretch. And inhale, lift. And exhale, round down. And again, bend that left knee, tabletop. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, ribcage closed. Exhale, curl up, grab on, kick it out. Bring it all the way up, sit tall, inhale. And then exhale, stretch the spine, scoop that tummy in and up. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, round it down, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. You're gonna bend your right knee into your chest. I'm gonna lengthen my mat out, keeps our bunching up. I want you just to hug that knee in for a moment, grabbing onto the shin, not the knee joint. Good. You're going to circle that ankle around and then reverse directions. Beautiful. And now that left leg on the floor is fired up and it's lengthened out. So you have some action that's going to help stabilize you. I want you to take your hands behind your right thigh. And then I want you to stretch the right leg up towards the sky. If it's really challenging to get that leg straight, you can always bend that left knee. So we're just focusing on stretching that right leg right now with the hands behind the thigh. I want you to flex that foot. So feel the stretch into the calf muscle and then point it. Flex it and point it one more time. Flex and point. Keep the leg pointed. I want you to externally rotate that leg. So the inner thigh comes towards the sky. The toes turn out. Your belly button is pulled in tight. Release the arms by your side. So this quad is firing up. Remember, if you need help, bend that left leg. Pull the tummy in tight, keeping the pelvis nice and stable. Let that right leg come over the left hip. Don't lift that right hip up. Then you're going to draw a circle, bringing that leg back up and around to pause where you started. Again, inhale as you cross over, sweep it down. Exhale, bring it up and pause it. 3 more. Reaching that leg up higher. 2 more. It's all about length and strength. Last one. And now you reverse it. You inhale, open about 6 inches to the outside of the body. Circle down, cross over, bring it up and pause it. Again, inhale, pull that tummy in tight. Exhale, up. 3 more. Chin reaching to the chest, back of the neck is long. Last 2. And last 1. Bend that knee into your chest. Give it a stretch. Beautiful. Now you're going to lengthen that right leg out to go parallel to the left. Bend the left leg in, hands go behind the thighs. Lengthen that leg up, stretch it up. Beautiful. Good. And then circle the ankle around just a little bit. I don't know if we did that on the other side. And lengthen it up, flex that foot, and then point it, flex it, and point it. One more time. Flex and point. Keep the leg pointed. Externally rotate that leg. Okay, so the top of the knee kind of turns out a little bit, but you're rotating within the hip joint itself. Release the arms down. Remember, bend that right knee if you need that help, if you're super tight. Inhale, cross that right leg over, circle it around, bring it up and pause it. Again, inhale. 3 more this direction. Blowing that air out. Pulling that tummy tight. Last one. And now reverse it. Open, cross over, up and pause. If you have any popping in the hips when you're doing leg circles, make your circles smaller. Last one here. And then bend that knee into your chest. Give it a little bit of a stretch. Good. So now we're going to go into some glute bridges just to counteract what we just worked. So arms long by your side. You're going to find a neutral pelvis. If you're unsure what a neutral pelvis is, you want to take the heel of your hands, place it on your hip bones, and then stack your fingertips like so, making a diamond shape so that the fingers are on your pubic bone. With a neutral pelvis, your hands should be perfectly parallel with the floor. You're going to inhale here, and then on the exhale, I want you to rock the pelvis. So now the tailbone lifts, the lower back firmly presses into the floor, and now the fingertips are angled up to the sky. And then inhale, come back to your neutral pelvis. Let that tailbone lower back lift, so you create a little bit of a bridge. Good. And then arms come by your side. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, imprint that spine. Squeeze the belly button, not the bottom right now. And then inhale, come back to neutral. One more time. Exhale, imprint that spine, squeeze that belly button in, and then inhale, neutral. Now we're going to articulate the spine. If you have a bad back, you're going to stick with just lifting the hips up. Neutral pelvis, inhale. Exhale, imprint that spine, and then tuck the tailbone to the back of the thighs and peel yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Once you're at the top, inhale for me, hug the inner thighs in slightly. Exhale, squeeze the bum up. Good, so really open into the front body, working into the back body, just holding here, pressing the feet in equally. So when I talk about having a bad back, I mean, if you have a bulging disc or a herniated disc, you're gonna stick with what we're about to do now. If you like articulating the spine up and down, then stick with that. But for those of you who have a bad back, inhale at the top, everybody come down. For the bad back, you're just tapping the hips down. So you come right back into neutral, and then we pop those hips right back up, squeeze, and lower, and lift. 2 more small ones. Inhale, or slow ones, I should say. And exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. And exhale, lift. Now let's pulse those hips up. Everybody staying up, pulse it up for 10, 9, pressing the feet equally into the mat, squeezing into the glute max. Good. Let's do 5 more here. 5, squeeze that bottom. 4, if your lower back bothers you, think about tucking the tailbone towards the back of the thighs. Last one here, hold at the top. Everybody is going to now do neutral pelvis hinge hips. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Good. Belly button pulls in tight. Nice. We have 5 more here. Squeezing into that bottom. 4, hugging the inner thighs in so the knees don't open out wide. Last 2. Last 1. Staying up for 1 more set of pulses. Squeeze and release for 10, 9. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5. 2 more. Should be getting a nice little burn. Last 1, and lower yourself down. Beautiful. Bring one knee into your chest, and then the other knee. Hug them in and gently rock side to side. Good. Nice. So now we're going to stretch out the back of our legs. We're going to start by doing our stretching scissors, and then we're going to go into a modified stomach series, just to kind of give you an idea of what your stomach series is. So stretching scissors, we're going to start with our head down. Hands go behind the thighs. You're going to reach both legs up to the sky. Good. Then I want you to flex both feet. You're going to release your left leg just a little bit. Take your right hand, grab behind the thigh, and then let that left leg lengthen away. But keep that right leg fired up and pressing to the sky. If you're able to, walk your hands to your calf. If it is too much, don't grab on behind the knee. I'd rather your hands behind the thighs. Shoulders are away from the ears. Right now it should be a little bit uncomfortable. And now you're going to bring that left leg up. Switch your hands to wrap around the left leg as that right leg lengthens. Push that heel up towards that sky. Right leg comes up, left leg lowers. Good. Left leg lifts up, right leg lowers. Now we're going to be lifting our head and chest. Lift that right leg up, curl your head and chest up. Grab onto your right calf muscle now as that left leg lengthens away. Belly button pulls in, elbows externally rotate. Pull that leg in for 1, 2. Bring the left leg up, lengthen the right leg away. Pull the left leg in, 1, 2. Right leg up, lengthen, stretch, stretch. Left leg up, stretch, stretch. 1 more time each leg. Last one here. Bring that right leg up. Bend the knees into your chest. Let your feet come down to rest. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to start with a double arm, double leg, lower lift. But we're going to modify it. So to begin with, I want you to bring your knees into tabletop. I want you to imprint your lower back. So push the lower back firmly into the mat and reach the arms to the sky. Keeping the arms reaching to the sky, we're going to kick the legs up as you inhale. You're going to reach the arms a little bit overhead and then sweep the arms around, making a circle, and bring the knees back in. Tabletop, arms to the sky. Inhale, reach the legs up, sweep the arms around. Exhale, tuck everything in. Tabletop, arms to the sky. Inhale, legs up, open the arms, sweep around, tuck the knees in. Now we're going to add on a little bit more. We're going to lift the head and chest. Inhale for me. Exhale, curl the head and chest up, knees stay tucked in. Inhale, reach the arms and the legs straight up, open the arms around. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, extend arms and legs up. Open the arms wide. Exhale, tuck it in. 2 more. Inhale, straight up to the sky. Open, exhale, see if you can curl up a little bit higher. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Open, sweep around. Exhale, tuck in. Let the head come down to rest. Adding on just a little bit more, our legs will kick out to 45 degrees. Arms will still reach to the sky. If it is too much, step it back to what we just did. Arms are reaching long by the ankles. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the head and chest up. Inhale, lengthen the legs up. Arms go out to the sky. Pull that tummy tight, back is flat. Sweep the arms wide. Exhale, tuck the knees in. Again, inhale, arms to the sky, legs to 45. Pull the tummy in. Sweep the arms wide. Exhale, tuck it in. Two more. Inhale, reach. Open wide. Exhale, tuck it in. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Pull that tummy tight. Open wide. Exhale, tuck it in. Let the head come down to rest. Beautiful job. Good. So that's about as far as we're going to go for that. So single leg stretch and then single leg scissors. Hands come up onto the thighs. Take an inhale for me. Exhale, curl your head and chest up. So at any point if your neck starts to belly, just let it come down to rest. I want you to lengthen your left leg out to 45. Then you're going to take your left hand onto that right shin, and the right hand reaches towards the outside of that foot. I want you to curl up just a little bit higher. And then you're just going to switch. So holding here, put some fire into that leg as it reaches across the room, like you're trying to ring a doorbell with a big toe. And switch. And switch. So remember, if that neck starts to bother you, let the head come down. And switch. If it's hard to keep your back flat against the mat with your head down, bring your legs up to the sky. Good. Two more each leg. Hugging that knee in, pulling that tummy in tight, reaching that leg long, and bend the knees into your chest. Now, bring your feet flat onto the floor. Actually, no, don't. Bring it back in. We're going to do our scissors. So we get to cradle our head now with our fingertips. I want the elbows wide, and I don't want you to interlace your fingers. I want those fingertips just to gently hold that head in proper position. Inhale with the knees to the chest. Exhale, curl the head and chest up. So once again, at any point if you need to lower the head, it's fine. Just keep the back flat. Lengthen those legs up to the sky. Curl up a little higher. Reach your right leg to your head. Lengthen the left leg away from you. You don't want it to go so far that this right leg pulls away. You want to keep that right leg reaching to the head. And now switch legs. And switch. So a modification is to bend the knees and hinge from the hips. Good. Two more each leg. Reach those legs long, unless you're modifying. Last one each leg. And then pull the knees into the chest. Beautiful job. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we're going to do a modified crisscross. Then we'll go into full crisscross. You're going to have your feet onto the ground, knees are bent. I want you to slide your feet away from you so that the toes want to lift, but that's your stopping point. As soon as those toes want to lift, that's when you know to not move your legs any farther. You're going to cradle your head once again with your fingertips. You're going to inhale, exhale, curl the head and chest up. Inhale, staying high at the top. Exhale, twist towards your left hand side. So you're pinching into the obliques on that left side. Come back through center as you inhale, trying to stay up as high as you can. And then exhale, twist to the right, keeping that pelvis nice and grounded. Inhale, come back through center, coming along the base of those shoulder blades. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale right. Inhale. Pull that tummy in. Exhale left. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Inhale center. Exhale right. And then come back through center and lower the head down. Now we're going to add on. We're going to incorporate leg movement, but we're going to stick to one side to begin with. So fingertips back to cradling the head. Take your left leg and reach it long to be parallel with the other leg. It's not touching, it's just parallel to it.
firing into that quad. So always actively reaching the muscles away from the midline of the body, okay? Ready. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl your head and chest up. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that left knee in as you take the right chest up and across towards it. And then inhale, come back through center and lengthen that leg long. Notice I'm not lowering down. You are up the whole time. Again, exhale, cross, pull that tummy in tight. Inhale, lengthen, staying up high as you come through center. Again, and inhale, reach. 2 more here. Exhale, crunch it. And center. Last one. And center. And lower the leg, lower the head. Beautiful. Now we extend the right leg. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the head and chest up. Inhale again. Exhale, bring that knee in as you bring the chest up and across. Elbow does not cross in front of the body. Inhale, center, curl up a little higher. Again. And center. 3 more here. Pull that tummy in tight. Inhale, reach that leg long. Last 2. Inhale, long. Last 1. Inhale, long. Lower that leg. Lower the head. Hug the knees into your chest. Now we're going to go into our full crisscross. Okay? So, modifying if you need to by coming back to what we just did, feet on the ground, crossing side to side, or you can keep your knees bent and you can just work from tabletop position, okay? You don't have to extend the legs if you don't want to. Knees come into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, curl the head and chest up. Reach your right leg long as the left knee tucks in. Take your right chest up and across to that left knee. Make sure the left knee hugs into the midline. Don't let it open out wide to the side. And now switch legs. And switch. So remember that leg reaches long. Pull that tummy in. Push that big toe into the doorbell. Good. Nice little burn throughout the whole torso. 4 more each leg. 3 more. Curl up a little higher. 2. Crossing across the base of those shoulder blades. And pull the knees into your chest. Relax. Beautiful job. Okay, so we're going to go back into our roll-ups. Then we get to come up after that. So we're going to attempt for our full roll-up. So I want you first, let's stretch out the front of the body. Reach the legs nice and long. And then actively reach the arms overhead. Pop the rib cage open towards the sky and reach the toes and the fingertips away from each other. Just really open into the front body. Good. Take 1 more breath. Enjoy this. We're about to get back to working. And now bring those arms back by your side. So you're going to flex the feet. Okay, that's the way I like to do it to begin with. So you're actively working into the quads, pushing the heels out and away. Remember, if you need to modify your roll up, just bend your knee, grab onto that leg, kicking it out to bring yourself up. Arms come to the sky, rib cage closes in. Fire up those legs, pull that belly button in. Inhale the arms slightly overhead, and then exhale, begin peeling yourself up, grabbing onto the legs if you need to. Inhale, tall. Exhale, stretch that spine. Inhale, stack the vertebrae, and then exhale, round yourself down. Good, we're gonna do 2 more, and then actually we're gonna go into some spine twisting. Inhale, reach, and exhale, curl it up. Push through those heels. It helps you out. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale, lift shoulders down. Exhale, round it down. This last one, we're gonna stay at the top. Inhale, reach. Exhale, peel yourself up. The slower you go, the more it challenges you. Inhale, tall. Exhale, spine stretch. And then inhale, come up, let the arms rest by your side. Okay, so now we're gonna go into a little twist and then we'll do some saw.
So I want your legs to be nice and long, quads fired to push the heels out, feet are flexed. If you are having a really hard time sitting nice and tall from this position, then bend your knees. So if you're here, you're like, I can't sit tall because your hamstrings are super tight, then that's when you need to bend the knees, shift forward, and stack the vertebrae up. Good. So if you're able to lengthen the legs, do so. Pull that tummy in and up and extend the arms out. You're going to be twisting towards the TV or whatever you're watching, okay? So pull the tummy in and up. Think of your feet up against a wall and they're unable to shift, which means you don't shift your pelvis. Inhale, and now exhale, open towards the screen, pull the shoulders down, pull the tummy in and up. Check your feet to make sure they have not pushed into the wall, and then come back in through center. Now away, inhale, open, squeezing into the back of that back on the shoulder, and then exhale, come back through center. Inhale, switch directions, opening to the screen, draw the shoulders down, pull that tummy in and up. Exhale, center. Inhale, away, squeeze into the upper back, and exhale one more time each side. Inhale, twist, grow taller, and then center, and then away. Inhale, reach, 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 pull that tummy in and up, and exhale, center, and soften the knees. In fact, bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together and just round yourself down. Good. Just give yourself a little break in those legs and into the back. So now we're going to do saw, which is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to scoot back just a smidgen. You're going to open your feet to the width of your mat, maybe even just a little bit wider. So very similar to the twist that we just did, except now we're going to be adding a little bit of a stretch, which feels delightful. Arms extend out. I then want you to open them to a T. Palms down. Pull the tummy in and up. So once again, fire into those legs. Pull that belly button in. I know I constantly say it, but it's really important to engage the abdominals. You're going to inhale, twist towards the screen. Turn your back palm down. Other way. Front palm down. Back palm internally rotate through the shoulder joint. Then you're going to reach to the pinky side of that foot with your pinky, and you're going to tuck the chin and look back towards that shoulder. Pull the tummy in and up, and then inhale, stack the vertebrae back up through center. Twist away, flip that back palm, and twist and reach, tucking that chin in slightly to look behind you. Inhale, back up through center, twist to the screen, flip that back palm, and exhale, reach. Keep those legs fired up, pull that tummy in tight. Inhale, stack, twist, exhale, reach. Inhale, bring yourself back up, twist and reach. Pull that tummy in tight and lift. Last one here. Twist, flip the palm, and reach. And inhale, come back up and relax. Good. Here's all in my face. Beautiful. Bend the legs in, you guys. We're going to flip over to stretch out the front of our thighs and then work into our back body. And then we're going to do some side kicks and a plank and push-ups, and then we're done. At least that's the plan in my head. Hopefully that will work out the way that I have planned. Sometimes I always change my mind partway through. So you're going to come all the way down onto your bellies. We're going to do a modified single leg bow. So I want you to take your left hand, you're going to place it on the floor in front of you, and then you're going to let that forehead rest on top of that hand. I want your legs to be parallel. I want your toenails to be on the ground. You're going to reach back with your right arm. You're going to bend your left leg. So you may have to lift up a little bit and try and find the ankle or the top of the foot. Just make sure you're not grabbing onto the toes, okay? If you are unable to grab this leg, you can always use a towel or a yoga strap, wrap it around the ankle and hold onto it, okay? So that's just a bit of a modification as well. So if you're finding you have to do that and you don't have a knee issue or a hip issue, that just means that the front of your body is really super tight. You need to do this stretch.
If you have a bad knee or have had a knee replacement, then you'll definitely probably need to grab onto a strap. So with that forehead down, I want you to squeeze your bum. So think of pressing the hips into the mat equally. Pull the belly button in and up to engage those transverse abdominals. Then you're going to begin pushing that foot into your hand. So the goal is not to get the foot to the bottom. The goal is to get the bottom away from the foot, or the foot away from the bottom. So, ready? Then you're going to lift the toes and the knee on that left leg up. So it can be just a little bit of a gentle lift. You want to make sure that you're still squeezing into the bottom to keep that left hip grounded. And then see if you can lift a little bit higher. Keep the forehead grounded. Again, see if you can reach up even higher. Feel the opening into the front of that left hip and quad. One more time. Reach it up. And then gently release it down. Let's switch legs. Right hand underneath the forehead. Legs parallel. Reach back with the left. Bend the right leg. Grab onto the ankle or foot or use a strap or towel. Press the pelvis into the mat. Push the foot into the hand. Reach the toes and the knee up to the sky, nice and gentle to begin with. And then gently press up just a little higher. Remember to pull that belly button in to protect the spine. And again, reach a little higher. Feel the opening into the front of that right hip. And last time, lift, 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 squeeze into that bottom. And then release it down. Beautiful job. Let the legs go nice and long. You're going to stack your hands underneath your forehead. So now we're going to work into our back extensor muscles, which are all the long muscles that run along your vertebrae to help hold you upright. Super, super, super important. Okay, we don't just work the front of the body, we got to work the back of the body. So we're going to start very basic. Toenails stay flat on the ground, legs parallel. I want you to tuck the tailbone towards the back of the heels. So really think about elongating into the lower spine. Pull the tummy in and up. Press the pelvis into the mat. The top hand should be your left hand. Lift that left elbow up off of the mat. And then inhale, lift that left hand with the head and chest. Eyes are looking down to that right hand. And then lower down. We're going to do it one more time like that. Lift that left elbow up off the mat. Inhale, lift that head and chest with the left hand. And lower down. Switch hands. Right elbow lifts, pull the tummy in and up, tuck the tailbone, inhale, lift that head and chest with the hand on the forehead, and lower back down. Lift that right elbow, inhale, lift, working into the back body, and lower down. Now we're going to lift both arms with the head. So we're going to lift elbows slightly off the mat, pull the shoulders down the back, inhale, pull the tummy in, lift the head and chest. So you won't be able to come up quite as high. That's okay. Think of the big toes pressing into the ground and lower back down. Again, pull that tummy in and up, tuck that tailbone, inhale, lift that head and chest. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Keep the forehead stacked on the hands. We're now going to engage the glutes and hamstrings. So before we even think about lifting the legs, I want those legs to be parallel and all toenails pressing into the mat. Pull that tummy in and up, tuck the tailbone, squeeze your right bottom, and lift your right leg. So make sure you're not bending the knee, okay? You want to elongate that leg and really squeeze into that right glute and hamstring, and then lower it down. Again, other side, press the right leg into the mat, squeeze that left leg, lift the left leg. Make sure the left hip bone stays pressed into the ground, and release. Right leg again, lift it, lengthen it, and reach it. Pull the tummy in, and lower down. Left one, lift and lengthen, reach that leg long. Once again, ringing that doorbell with a big toe, and lower. One more time each side. Right leg lengthens and lifts up, and and lower. Last one here. Left leg lengthens and lift. Squeeze that bottom and lower. Now we're going to do both legs together. I want you to glue actually we're going to separate the legs. It makes it a little bit easier. So widen them about hip width apart. Pull that tummy in and now lengthen the legs long. Put some fire into them and then lift them up. So you're going to feel a little bit into the low back working here. That's okay. If it bothers you too much, then don't lift as high and lower back down. Again, lengthen, inhale, lift, squeeze, 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 and exhale, lower 2 more times. Inhale, lift, squeeze into that back body, squeeze the bottom, and lower. Last time here. Inhale, lift, head stays grounded, squeeze that bottom, and lower down. Beautiful. One more thing, we're going to work the upper back, and then we'll flip over, almost to be done. Arms long, legs parallel, pull the tummy and lift the arms up. Your forehead is going to stay down, your shoulders pull away from the ears. Let's pulse those arms up to the sky for 10, 9. Think of a bird flapping its wing. And also think of a grape being in between your shoulder blades and your upper back. And you want to try and squeeze that grape. Squeeze it. Pull that tummy in. Give me 2 more here. And now hold it there. Tuck the tailbone. Pull the tummy in. Lift the head and chest just a little bit off the mat. Eyes still down. Let's pulse those arms up. Again, elbows soft for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pull the tummy in. 3, 2. Last one. Hold it there. Now, keeping the upper body up. Squeeze the bottom. Lift the legs. Pulse the arms up. Last set. 10, 9, 8, 5. Squeeze it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Good job. Bring the hands next to your chest. Hug the elbows in by your side. Dig your knees into the mat and lift the hips. So stick your booty in the air. Use your upper body and try and push yourself all the way up. And let's go to child's pose. So those knees are parallel. If it's more comfortable, you can open the knees wide, keeping the big toes together for wisdom pose. But I want you to really think about elongating into that spine. We just worked it. We want to lengthen it. Let that forehead rest down. Beautiful. So we're going to do our plank and push-ups and then some side kicks. So I want you to shift forward. We're just going to do a forearm plank. We're going to start in the modified and we're going to add on to make it a little bit more challenging. So I like to have my palms together and my fingers interlace to form a nice little tripod. But if you prefer to have your arms parallel or turn the palms in, that is totally fine. You just want to make sure that the elbow joint and the shoulder joint are lined up. You're going to go into a knee plank. So from there, you're going to walk your knees away. You're going to scoop that tummy in. Your toenails are flat against the mat. If your knees bother you, just lift them up and let them settle back down. So you're in a nice long spine, tailbone is tucked, belly button is pulled in tight. So already this should be a little bit of a challenge. I want you to think about the front body, your rib cage and your pelvis trying to come together so that you're really, really crunching into those abdominals. To add on, curl the toes under on that right leg and then extend that right leg. Put some fire into it, but keep that right knee slightly soft. You don't want to hyperextend or lock that knee joint. And then lower it back down. Untuck those toes. Left toes tuck under, lengthen into that left leg, squeezing into the glutes, pulling those shoulders away from the ears and hugging the abdominals in. Lower that left knee down, untuck those toes. Holding here, squeezing it in tight. Now for the extra challenge, if you're up for it, curl the toes under on that right leg, extend that right leg long. Curl the toes under on the left leg, extend the left, and find your forearm plank. Your knees are soft, the tailbone is tucked, the rib cage and the front of the hips are trying to come together in a little abdominal crunch. Good, squeezing. We're gonna hold here for about 15 more seconds. You've got this. Make sure those shoulders are directly over the elbows. The knees are soft. You can kind of run in place if you want. You're pushing through the heels. You're almost there. You have 5, 3, and now soften to the knees. Untuck those toes. Separate your hands and push back into child's pose. Fabulous work. Reach those arms nice and long. We're going to stretch your shoulders out of the tops of the arms, your deltoids. So with the forehead grounded, bring the hands behind you. Interlace those fingers if you're able to, and then gently reach the arms up. So this is where if you have really tight shoulders or you've had rotator cuff surgery, you can always take a towel behind you and grab onto the towel to help with the stretch. I want you to really roll those shoulders towards each other and tuck the chin in and reach those arms up. Beautiful. And then gently release those arms down. We're going to shift forward. I'm kind of switching things up as we go. You're going to come onto your side. We'll finish with our push-ups. So you're going to reach one arm long to lay on top of. We're going to go into a straight line, okay? So your hips are stacked. Your legs are reaching and your feet are flexed. Your hand comes up to your head. Unless you're very wobbly, then you can always place that hand in front of you for support. Actually, to begin with, I want to get our hips in the proper position. So take that top hand and let it find your hip bone. Now lift your top leg. Both feet are flexed, firing into the quad. Then push that top leg away from you. So when you do that, this lower waistline will lift up off of the mat. Good. Then bring the fingertips here. Top leg, we're going to circle it out. Good. We're doing this for 20 seconds. So it's a small circle. You're really reaching that leg long, flexing that foot, making sure the toes and the front of the knee are straight forward and not opening to the sky. We're going to reverse directions in 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Good. Push through that heel. Think about squeezing into the bottom. Outer thigh, inner thigh, quad. 10 more seconds, and then we're going to pulse it. Good. In 5, 3, pull that tummy in. And now little quick pulses up and down. We have 20 seconds here. Nice. Pull that tummy in tight. Should be getting a nice little burn. Really flexing that foot, working from the hip joint. Almost there. You have 5. Then we're going into hot potato. And now pause here for a second. Lift the leg up just a little bit. Turn the toes in. Tap the toes in front of that bottom leg for 2. Lift up, turn the toes up. Tap the heel and back for 2. Lift, tap, 2, lift, heel, 2. Toes, 2, heel, 2. Good. 2 more. Really press that bottom leg into the mat to help stabilize you. And then let that leg rest. Beautiful. Bend the knees in. Push yourself up. Once you come up, you're going to take this top leg and you're going to cross it over. So if you get to this position, you walk that foot up and you cannot get this hip down, then I want you to straighten that bottom leg out. So both sit bones are grounded. Then you hug that knee in. So it's just a little bit of a hip stretch, okay? So that's straight leg out if you cannot get both hip bones grounded. Good, really sit tall and hug the knee in. So you get that good hip lengthening. Beautiful. And now switch sides. Legs go out nice and long. Reach that bottom right out. Let that head rest. Legs flex. Hips are stacked, okay? So you're not open here and you're not leaning forward. You are right on top of the other. Take that top hand, grab onto that hip, lift your top leg up, push that hip away. Elongate here, feel the lift here. Hand comes back up, 20 seconds, one direction. Good. Push through that heel, drawing the toes towards the nose. Kneecap is pointing straight forward. Good. Nice. Circle, circle, quick and small, 5 more seconds. And now reverse it. Lengthen that leg long, reach it, you guys, no floppy muscles. We want strong, long, lean muscles. Good, almost to our pulses in 5. And now up and down, 20 seconds, little pulses. Push through that heel, lengthen that leg long. Pull that tummy in, help stabilize. Keep those toes straight forward. We're gonna go into our hot potato, nice and slow and controlled. Lift the leg a little higher, internally rotate, tap the toes for 2. So you're rotating from the hip. Lift, heel back, 2. Toes, 2, lift, heel, 2. Toes, 2, heel, 2. 2 more. Last one. And let that leg rest. Beautiful. Bend the knees in. Push yourself up. Let that leg come across. Slide that foot out. Settle both hips down. So once again, straighten that bottom leg out. If you cannot get that hip grounded, sit tall and hug that knee in. Good. One last thing, and then we are done. Good. Okay, so now you're going to turn lengthwise onto your mat. We're going to find a knee plank on our hands. So your hands are going to come directly below your shoulders. You're going to hug the elbows in. So the pointy part of that elbow is towards your hips, not out to the side. So we're doing tricep push-ups from a plank position. Once your shoulders are lined up with your elbows and wrists, you're going to walk your knees away, tucking that tailbone, pulling the tummy in. So just like we did on our forearms, you want that nice strong line between the crown of the head all the way to the knees. Now, hugging the elbows in, inhale, bend the elbows just a little bit. Hug them in tight and then push up. Now you're going to see if you can go a little lower on this next one, leading with the chest. Inhale, lower, and exhale, push up. Again, lowering a little bit more if you can, but never coming all the way down. Inhale, exhale, push up. 3 more here. 2 more. Tops of the feet, press into the mat. 1 more here. Hug those elbows in tight. Exhale, push up. Gently bring yourself back into child's pose. Now we're going to shift forward. We're going to do it again for 5. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Find that proper alignment. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, bend. Exhale, up. 5. Exhale, up. 4. 3. Last 2. 1 more. And press back, child's pose. Beautiful. Inhale for me here, reaching those arms long. 1 more set. Exhale, shift forward. We have a set of 4. Inhale, bend. Exhale, 4. Good. Working into the backs of those arms. 3. 2. Last one here. And then press back, child's pose. Beautiful job. Bend the elbows, digging them in. Bring the hands up and circle the wrists out. Give them a little bit of love. Nice. And then gently shift forward. Come up on your knees. We're going to stretch our hips super quick, okay? Very important. Bring that right foot out in front of you. You're going to bring either your knuckles, if your wrists are feeling tighter, you can press the knuckles in, or you can place your hands flat. With the knee directly over the ankle, curl the toes under on that left leg and lift up to find that runner's lunge. So really check to make sure the joints are lined up. You don't want to be all the way forward here. That puts way too much pressure on your patella ligament that runs across the front of your knee. So we're just softening the hips down. That back knee is soft. Just finding that opening into the front of that right hip. Holding for 1 more breath. Beautiful. Let that back knee soften down. Untuck those back toes. Shift back. We're just letting that leg through. Good. We're not going to do our half split. Left foot come in front. We can do a lot of hamstring work. So
Good. Frame that foot out. Knee over the ankle. Curl the toes under on that right leg and lift it on it. Good. Deep, deep breath here. Letting those hips soften. Nice. One more breath for me here. And then let that back knee soften down. Go ahead and slide that leg through. Let's turn back to the front of the room and finish with our butterfly stretch. So bringing the soles of the feet together, sitting nice and tall so you can get those knees a little closer to the ground than when we started. See if you can wrap your hands around the ball of feet, sit nice and tall. Inhale. And then exhale, the chin drop to the chest and let the forehead round to the toes. And just let yourself hang here for 2 more deep breaths. One more for me. And then scoop the belly button in and round yourself up. And you are all done. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a good workout. And definitely try some more of my classes. Press the subscribe button if you want to know when I come out with a new class, so you can challenge your body even more and see the transformation that will happen, because transformation will happen if you stay dedicated to Pilates. It's an awesome way to work out and so good for your body at any age. So thank you so much and have a blessed day.